beautiful life.
สวัสดีครับ Good afternoon and welcome to A Beautiful Life on englishonline.rmutp.ac.th. My name is อาจารย์เกษม พุทธเรืองศรี your host for the program. A Beautiful Life is a program broadcasted every Monday from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Articles and information about life lessons and good phrases from the books or websites will be presented in this program together with the latest news from ราชมงคล University of Technology พระนคร for you to enjoy. Today we start with the article from China News Asia Insider. They said, need a daily caffeine fix. Here is why your cup of coffee is getting more expensive. Coffee producers are facing many challenges now, and the program Talking Point heads to Indonesia, the source of Singapore's traditional kopi, to find out what these are, what can be done, and whether prices will be continue to rise. Many things may affect the price of a cup of coffee. Reported from Singapore, it does not seem much, a 0.6% fall in Indonesia's coffee production this year, according to estimates released last December by the country's Ministry of Agriculture, but it is the first such fall since 2019, and as supply of Indonesian Robusta coffee decline that is largely found in Singapore's hawker center and coffee shops come down. Prices are shooting up. In the last 4 or 5 months, we have seen the Robusta prices in Indonesia move very drastically. It's now around 240 Singapore dollar per a 60 kilogram bag, said Singapore Coffee Association President Victor Ma. About a year ago, traders were paying 180 Singapore dollar. Singapore's consumer price index shows that the average price of a cup of kopi, traditional coffee with milk, was 1.35 Singapore dollar in August, which was 7% more than last year's average price of 1.26 Singapore dollar. So they said a cup of coffee or a cup of kopi is more expensive now, and it could yet get more expensive. The United States Department of Agriculture forecast in June that Indonesia's 2023/2024 coffee output will fall 18% from a year ago to its lowest level since 2011/2012. In a 2-part special, the program Talking Point explores the factors behind the drop and what else is driving the price rises. From climatic conditions to pests, more than 60% of coffee plantations in Indonesia are small holdings, such as the one owned by second-generation coffee farmer Kerno in Lampung, Sumatra's southernmost province, and one of the country's biggest Robusta producing regions. The 50 years old, who goes by one name, has around 5,000 trees on his farm about the size of 2.5 football fields. Last year, he harvested 3 tons of coffee cherries, the fruit produced by coffee tree, inside of which are the coffee beans. This year, he hopes his harvest will be around 1 ton. It may not even reach that amount. We would be lucky if we getting 800 kilograms, he said. Sumatra has been subject to frequent rain and occasional freak weather since last year, which has distributed coffee trees at a crucial period of the production process. After the flowering stage, the flowers turn into small cherry, but the heavy rain causes them to fall off. They will rot and wouldn't turn into coffee. Therefore, it isn't possible to get a big harvest, said Colonel. We lose out to the weather. It's very sad. Other areas in Indonesia have even been hit by hailstorms, which have also affected coffee production. So you can watch the first part 1, Why is my coffee getting so expensive, from YouTube in China News Asia Insider Part. It is not only the weather that can be volatile, but also fertilizer prices, which hit a peak last year because the pandemic, the Russian invasions of Ukraine, and other supply chain issues tightened global supply. Prices remain at historical elevated level. 50 kilograms of fertilizer that cost Colonel around 200,000 rupiah or 18 Singapore dollar in the past is now priced at 260,000 rupiah when we farmers are hit with the skyrocketing cost of fertilizer. We will not use as much, he said. That leads to lower coffee production too. The threats to coffee supplies are not confined to Indonesia. Temperature increase around the world have led to the proliferation of a pest called the coffee berry bearer. These berries are not only becoming more fertile, but also drilling deeper into the coffee cherries. Coffee berry bearer are insects that eat and destroy coffee cherry. So as they eat their way in, the fruit's weight reduces. Severely infected cherry dropped from the tree, which means they do not ripen and cannot be sold. Climate change and its impact on weather conditions is also causing a rise in disease such as coffee leaf rust, a fungal disease that reduced coffee yield. Globally, coffee production decreased by 1.4% in 2021/2022. Although a rebound is projected this year, consumption is also set to increase. For the second year running, coffee producers cannot keep up. In August, the International Coffee Organization estimates a shortfall of 7.3 million bags this year. More coffee is being consumed in Indonesia too. Every year, the rate of consumption is getting higher and higher, said Leo Virajaja, co-founder of Lisa and Leo's Organic Coffee, a farm in North Sumatra. That takes away the amount of coffee we can export. Then there is El Nino this year, with its hot and dry weather conditions likely to be prolonged. Industry players expect a further strain on coffee production and a shortage in supply going into next year. The next topic is there are solutions despite the challenges faced by Indonesia's coffee farmer. Virajaja's plantation, which he owns with his wife, Lisa Matthews, is thriving. One of the reasons they have kept their coffee yields consistent is their use of organic fertilizer. That is, material they have composted, such as cut grass and byproducts of coffee production, the coffee cherry, and the skin of coffee beans, for example, have macronutrients and mineral content for the crops, such as potassium, copper, and zinc. The cut grass contains nutrients including carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus. By having all of the elements in the compost provided by us from our farm, we know what's in it and we can control the microbiology in it, said Matthews. When you buy synthetic fertilizer, you are relying on what's printed on the outside of the bag to be what's on the inside. but a lot of farmers have found out that sometimes the fillers added to these fertilizer bags can be detrimental to the crop. They can introduce the wrong kind of bacteria. The use of compost rather than synthetic fertilizer also results in an annual cost saving of 30% for the farm, reckoned the soil expert. The couple have another natural type of fertilizer growing all over their farm, yellow clover. It creates a healthy biology within the soil by producing nodules on the end that contains the nitrogen, and it's that released into the microbes. The microbes change it into an absorbable form for the trees, and it keeps the leaves healthy, said Matthews. Masses of clover also prevent high temperatures from baking the topsoil. They grow just on top of the ground, which creates shade and prevents the soil from drying out. The roots that they have absorb lots of moisture and then they release it later into the soil, she added. Beside the clover on her farm, there are shade trees towering over the coffee trees. Their function is to lower the temperature, break up the wind, and through their root system, feed the soil with the nitrogen that coffee needs. Shade trees help coffee trees to be more productive because the temperatures lower. The coffee trees have less traits. They can put their energy into developing the flowers, said Matthews. The cherries that grows will be heavier, thus yielding more coffee than those grown by tree in full sun. She also grows flowering plants, Lantana for instance, to attract pollinators such as bees to her farm. These insects will carry pollen and fertilizer the coffee flowers. Several rains will affect the natural pollinations of the coffee tree. Not all of these flowers will become a coffee cherry if they are not properly pollinated, she said. The lantana she plants has another useful function. It attracts what is called a predator wasp, which eats coffee berry burr. To further reduce losses from burr infestations, these are methods that can be employed when processing the cherries to get the coffee beans instead of using just bags or gunny sack. Farmers can use drum for controlled fermentation, cited Viretjaja. Viretjaja showing here the fermentation drums. That is better because you can reduce the available oxygen. He said the lack of oxygen will suffocate any burrow in the cherries. Instead of losing up to 30% of their harvest to the pest, farmers could reduce their losses to under 4%. He added, his farm produces Arabica, which is considered a superior quality coffee and is commonly served in Singapore's cafes and restaurants. A 60 kilogram bag of Arabica beans averages about thrice the import price of the Indonesian Robusta. Around 27% of the coffee produced by Indonesia's smallholder is of the Arabica variety, but Virajaja and Matthews run free workshops teaching their farmer methods, hoping this can inspire their coffee farmers. So you can watch the part 2. Will this new breed of coffee plant mean cheaper coffee? From China News Asia Insight. Other experts and non-governmental organizations to have helped farmers improve their agricultural techniques over the years. The next topic, many little things adding up. The rise in the price of Singapore's kopi does not all come down to coffee bean price. However, last year, Ya Kun Kaya toast which has more than 70 outlets in Singapore, increased the price of its coffee with condensed milk from 1.8 Singapore dollar to 2 Singapore dollar. Contributing to that were many little things coming together, such as rental, labor costs, medical benefits for the staff, and electricity bills. These things will also continue to creep up, said Yakun International's Director of Branding and Market Development, Joshua Loy. You have got to deconstruct the various ingredients involved as well: coffee beans, water, milk, and sugar. The profit margin on each little cup of coffee have been put together to prop the business up. Overall manpower costs in post-pandemic Singapore have increased significantly, agree Kang Yi Yang, the sales director of Santonio, a supplier of roasted coffee beans to local coffee shops. The roasting process, which is what turns the green coffee beans that arrive in Singapore into dark brown beans, presents a challenge too. It uses a lot of electricity and also gas, said Kang. Last year, our utility costs doubled. It is very volatile right now. And the cost of some of the raw ingredients that goes through the roasting process has increased. Sugar costs about 55% more than the 2021, while margarine costs 20% more. Sugar gives coffee more caramelized flavors. It gives coffee its body and sweetness. As for the margarine, it makes the whole coffee more aromatic. The roasting process a lot smoother, said Kang. We have no choice but to add in all these ingredients to maintain the flavors of our traditional coffee. Very likely, it all points to a more expensive cup of coffee going forward. He concluded. Watch Talking Point 2-part special. The program airs on Channel 5 every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. so you can read more information from China News Asia Insider. We'll be right back after a short break. You are listening to A Beautiful Life on englishonline.rmutp.ac.th. We are back to the news from Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon. First news, we have a major of television broadcasting and radio broadcasting technology, Faculty of Mass Communication Technology, Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon invite speakers to lecture on a topic of Digital Television Station Layout, Major of Television Broadcasting and Radio Broadcasting Technology by Assistant Professor Dr. Nisakon Phaiboon-Sin, Deputy Dean for Academic Affairs and Research. Invite expert speaker Ms. Krittiya Jongsathit-Sathien, alumni of the Major of Television Broadcasting and Radio Broadcasting Technology, currently a senior officer at Thai News Network or TNN Company Limited or TNN Channel to come and share knowledge and experience including various techniques about the organization of digital television stations to third-year students in the major of television broadcasting and radio broadcasting technology in the course of organizing programs for television and radio stations at MCT Room R12404. Second floor, Faculty of Mass Communication Technology, Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon Tevet Center. Next, from Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon, they open experience to create new generation student leaders. Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon sent a student leader representative participated in the third Rajamongkol University of Technology Student Leadership Development Workshop at Dong Avi University, Busan, South Korea recently, organized by Rajamongkol University of Technology Ratanakosin to enhance knowledge and experience for student leaders, personnel from all 9 Rajamongkol University of Technology to learn science, culture and exchange ideas and skills with higher education students abroad to create a worldview experience with culture diversity, drama and international practices. It also creates a working network between universities. In addition, under the said project, there was also a signing ceremony for cooperation in student affairs with Assistant Professor Satra Kang Penka, Assistant President for Student Affairs, Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon, and executives from 8 Rajamongkol University of Technology joined the signing. Next, German students participate in martial arts training activities. Assistant Professor Dr. Ratanawali Maisak, Dean of the Faculty of Business Administration, Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon, along with faculty members in the field of management. The International Business Management program brings together students from the partner university, the Technical University of Applied Science, Federal Republic of Germany, participated in martial arts and training activities such as a major Muay Thai clothed in self-defense. It was honored by teachers from the Faculty of Liberal Arts, Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon, first floor, Pramongkol Building, Faculty of Business Administration, Pranakon, Commercial Center. And the last news from Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon attended the New Zealand Embassy Relationship Party. Dr. Natwarapon Ratsiri Wacharabun, President of Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon. It was an honor to be invited, attended a dinner party with His Excellency Mr. Jonathan Kings, New Zealand Ambassador to Thailand, at the residence of the New Zealand Ambassador to strengthen the relationship between Rajamongkol University of Technology with the New Zealand Embassy in Thailand, and express gratitude to Rajamongkol University of Technology, who have always had good relations in the field of education together, include discussing future cooperations. And the time is up for today, A Beautiful Life. Please join us on every Monday here on englishonline.rmutp.ac.th. Your host has been อาจารย์เกษม พุทธเรืองศรี You are welcome to subscribe to our channel on englishonline.rmutp.ac.th. Thank you very much for joining our program today and see you again next Monday. สวัสดีครับ
Beautiful Life will be back again next Monday.